Hey, it's Micah, and I thought I'd show a couple sketchbooks I did when I was a kid. This one I made when I was 6 and 7, and the first page is sign my name. I say I love Mom, I love Dad, I love Sandra, I love Paul, 100. So not every page in here is colored, it's just a bunch of random pages. And as you can see, I liked a lot of negative space sometimes, but that changed in a couple years where I'd feel paranoid to have any white space at all and have to fill every area with stuff. This is a character I made up. Probably combined stuff from X-Men and Spider-Man and Dragon Ball Z. Give him little Sonic shoes. You can't really see it because it's light green. Probably a pumpkin. Here's a battle scene of some Ninja Turtles fighting, I don't know who that is. Oh, that must be Raphael because it has an R. It's a weird buck-toothed Raphael. But most of the stuff I draw was either fight scenes or characters that I made up. So this is a Christmas picture, but for some reason there's Spider-Man beating up a lizard guy, Wolverine slashing the Hulk, and then, oh, this is like a Frankenstein character with Spider-Man's face and then Wolverine's face. I really like to do that, combine different characters. Some VeggieTales. So on one hand, I was really into the super violent stuff, but I also liked VeggieTales. Spider-Man again, shooting web. You know, just typical boy drawings, high action, guys trying to be buff and tough. I wasn't the buffest kid, so I was obsessed with drawing tough characters, I think as a way to fulfill my wishes. Kind of looks like an enemy on the game Bonk. It's a guy with a big crab arm. Looks like Shredder with a big chainsaw and a dinosaur tail coming out. Garfield. I don't think I drew that. That must have been my sister, Sandra. Another samurai guy, the sword. What I'd do when I was a kid is whenever I'd listen to music, I would create scenarios in my head, like movie scenes where I was battling all these imaginary creatures I'd make up. And would basically make music videos too, where certain parts of a song would be the part where I'm getting beat up, and then I'll get really strong and turn into a Super Saiyan and beat everyone else up during the chorus. And then the next song would be a slow song and there'd be a different story, like that would be the time where something really bad happened and I'd have to try to save someone. So I just draw out these characters that would appear in these battle scenes when I'd listen to music, so I wouldn't forget what they looked like. And then I would have a cast of characters to go to. And I still do that today, where I listen to music and I just make up music videos in my head. Here's something kind of psychedelic. It's a rocket going into the sun. That's Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog. Another guy with a crab arm. I don't know why I was so into drawing crab arms. Well, when I was 6, I went to Washington, D.C. There was a huge dead crab on the ocean that was rotting, and I got a stick and just started bashing it into little pieces. And I remember its arms were super big, so maybe that's what inspired the drawing the crab arms. Oh, here's me scoring a goal. I played soccer, yeah, for 3 years, age 6 to 9. Never scored a goal. But my best friend Max, he would score goals every time we played soccer. So I did score a goal in my imagination on a picture. But normally I was just at the back of the team talking to this girl, Natalie, picking dandelions and trying to make her laugh with jokes. I wasn't super good at sports. I don't know what this is. Here's a happy scene. A business tux guy on a roller coaster. Hey Arnold. Hey football head. Some more Hey Arnold. A bunch of flies for some reason. Or ants, some kind of insect stuff. I used to torture insects. I would catch worms and just rip them apart. And then catch crickets and pull their legs off. It's kind of mean. Then when I got a turtle, I would just feed all the insects I caught to my turtle. And then it wasn't like I wasn't being a sociopath, sadistic murderer. I was just feeding my turtle. So that was a good excuse to have a turtle. Some more Hey Arnold. I don't know if I was drawing Hey Arnold. That wasn't even my favorite show. It's more into Rugrats. This is my sketchbook from the next year, so I would have been 7 and 8. And as you can see, I had a bunch of Earthworm Jim stickers on here. Now, I have to give a parental advisory warning. There might be some crude depictions of male anatomy in here. I don't want to offend anyone, but I do remember having a fascination with occasionally drawing male anatomy in slightly offensive ways. But it came from a place of innocence and experimentation. Just trying to figure stuff out. Some cool dudes skateboarding. I remember drawing this actually. I drew a night I had insomnia and I just kept drawing these stars over and over. The repetitive nature of drawing is very therapeutic and relaxing, especially just when you have no end goal in sight. You're just letting your hand wander across the page and the lines naturally develop into images, and it's kind of like seeing your dreams come to life, projecting your dreams on a flat surface for other people to see. That's probably my favorite thing about drawing, because it's a way to connect with people inadvertently, whereas talking it's like I'd rather make up my own visual words than use words that have existed forever. Oh, this is a battle scene. That's Apocalypse, Spider-Man. That's a Battletoad lifting up a rock. That's an original character, Blob. He's shooting out a blob at that guy. Apocalypse was the ultimate bad guy. The action figure I had of him could beat up all my other action figures. There's a little duck getting ready to get eaten by a shark. It's a guy with a bloodshot eye. Nosebleed. I used to get nosebleeds all the time. One time when I was 8, I had a nosebleed in the middle of the night, and I woke up and my whole shirt was covered in blood. And I went to the doctor and I had some kind of iron deficiency or something. Still get nosebleeds sometimes, but not as much. It's a buff guy. It says cool. I used to work out a lot. When I was in 7th grade, I only weighed 90 pounds. So I've never been able to put on muscle. Then in 10th grade, when I started bench pressing all the time, oh, that guy's farting. When I started bench pressing and trying to actually put on muscle, I gained 5 pounds. So I weighed 145. But then after high school, I went back to 140, and I've weighed that ever since. So I just draw buff guys to make up for the fact that I'll never be buff in real life. There's a guy with a stretchy arm, a ghost with a crab arm. I really like crab arms. Yep. There's a, oh boy. See, again, sorry for the crudeness. That's a guy with a hairy butt shooting out a laser beam with a guy who has a butt for a head. And then that's a kid peeing on a tree. Yep. There's a buff guy with veins sticking out. Here's a war dinosaur, a whoopee cushion, a guy farting on a snail, a guy with a really fat belly, and then a brain guy and a stick man with glasses, and that's a Karate Kid. Dude with big lips. When you're a kid, you just have to be inappropriate in a way where you can't get in trouble. Okay, so that's the brain from the Hulk beating up the brain, and the brain's robot shooting out a laser from his male anatomy. And then that guy's shooting out pee at this guy's crab arm. There's the blob shooting out a laser beam. Fire guy. It's a bunch of battle scenes. I think that's M. Bison from Street Fighter. There's the Hulk, but like a mutated Hulk with fangs coming out. And the sun's shooting fireballs. And this was like a title screen for an imaginary video game I had where you'd select your characters versus. So this alien dude versus a ninja. Then this guy, his skin's been ripped off and his brain's shooting out. And yep, that's something. This is a blob guy, but a mutated form with the weapon on his arm and then a crab arm. And then that's some kind of tough guy with a crab arm. Then this is something, and that's a rabbit. And then, oh, I remember drawing this. My best friend Max was over spending the night. We just got done watching pro wrestling and we were drawing, and I was trying to draw something that would give him nightmares. For some reason I thought he would think this is really creepy, and I asked him if he thought it was creepy and he said not really. Then I was mad and he didn't know why I was mad. Some kind of robot dude. It's kind of a Mega Man boss hybrid. Another battle scene, the Hulk. Yeah, I was a big Hulk fan. All into the Marvel characters and all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's a shark sideways though. Not sure what that is. Don't know what's going on there. It's just typical battle stuff. Another versus screen. Played a lot of Street Fighter 2. Oh, this is a comic. Okay, this tells a story where I was playing Rampage and then I wanted to make a story about it. So there's a footprint and you can see a little ladder going into it. It's trying to communicate scale. There's a little car and a building. So this is just a battle scene with this dinosaur. Shooting a laser out of its tail to a squid. Okay, here's the story. How that dinosaur came to be. So originally it was me as a kid, and I bought a little dinosaur baby from a fish store. He's in a tank. And then somehow there's a hole in the tank and the dinosaur drips out and he's in that little drip bubble. So then that's the baby dinosaur falling from the desk. And then he lands on the floor and fights an ant. And then So then the dinosaur in the puddle, he absorbs the puddle and grows bigger, and now he's fighting a fly. And then he's just growing up bigger, and I don't know what that is. So then he's super big, and now he's fighting a regular sized dinosaur. And then he gets even bigger, and he flies out into space, and he beats up the sun. So the sun has band-aids and scratch marks on it. And I guess that's the end of the story. There's a little toad, little frog jumping up, some kind of battle scene, another weird amalgamation of parts to make a character. Oh, that's my house. It's my old house. Well, that kind of makes me sad. I'm not nostalgic. And then it's a picklehead guy. Another picture of my house. Another versus screen. So as you can see, this is just the type of stuff I drew when I was a kid. And it's just really weird looking at stuff that was drawn so long ago and remembering some of these pictures and what I was thinking at the time. It's weird that I can even remember that. I don't know, it kind of makes me sad. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to be updated on new videos. You can also click on the video on your screen to see a psychedelic animation I made. I took around 2,000 drawings to make, and it's weird.